Hello. About to cook these New York steaks. These are American Wagyu from Costco. And they've been kind of dry aging in the fridge for the last about 48 hours. So I'm gonna cook this and mushrooms. Look at those beautiful mushrooms. I've got some shiitakes and chanterelles, steak and mushrooms. So I'm gonna do some really fancy things with these mushrooms. I'm gonna first start off with this. And if you're new to this channel, hello, my name is Benji and I'm about to cook some goodness for my wife. And obviously I'm live, so let me know, you guys, where you're watching from. What city, what country? Are you hungry? Are you here for the steaks? Are you here just to watch me cook? What is it? Okay, this pan is already hot, so I am gonna go ahead and get started. Oh, you know what? And just to let you guys know, I'm using a stainless steel pan, but I want to show you guys all the ingredients I'm working with. So as I mentioned, American Wagyu New York strip steaks from Costco, and they've been dry aging on a rack, that type of rack, for 48 hours in the fridge. I do need to salt and pepper those. And then these are also mushrooms from Costco, the chanterelles plus the shiitakes, just prepped nice and chunky, rustic, and you know, these shrink up quite a bit. So to go along with it, I'm gonna do a cream sauce. I like to add some onions, so these are sliced nice and thin. I've also got some cream here, but I like to add some beef stock after I'm done cooking the mushrooms and the onions, which by the way, I'll be cooking in the same pan that these steaks were cooking in, just to kind of deglaze a pan, but also it adds kind of an umami there. Speaking of umami, I'm using this umami powder that I got from, what is the name of this company? Called Jimoto Foods, and I believe it's from Australia. Let me just double check here. Yes, from Australia. They sent it to me, so thank you so much. And it just happens to be shiitake mushroom seasoning. So along with that, I'll also be using this chanterelle powder, which adds even more mushroom flavor. Lots of butter, and for the grease or the oil, I just use beef tallow. Now this is the thing. These New Yorks, they already have a lot of fat on the sides of them, so I might not need that much, but I will definitely, you know, have some backup. Last but not least, some salt, some pepper, and those are all the ingredients. Very simple. Now we also have some broccoli over here that Judy already made, and she said she's also gonna make some frites. Steak and frites with mushroom sauce. It's gonna be amazing. If you're watching me, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm looking at the comments right now. I'm actually using my Osmo, by the way. This is my favorite vlogging camera, and it just happens to be able to go live. So shout out to some people. We got Jay, we got Cindy. Again, let me know where you're watching from. Some names here, more names: Hopeless, Romantic, love that. Welcome. I'm happy to be cooking for you guys and obviously cooking for Judy. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. That oven right here, just making some noise. There we go. So I've got this oven over here going because what I like to do is once the steaks have had a nice sear on them, I want to make sure that I don't overcook the outside. So I'll finish it in the oven, which I'm using a Breville, you know, air fryer toaster oven. So yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and salt these. So this is a special treat. I normally don't buy American Wagyu because, you know, they're obviously a little bit more expensive. And I just did because these are actually leftovers from the family get-together. If you follow us on the vlog, we just got back from Eastern Washington and we didn't eat these. So I'm kind of sad because I would have loved to cook this for everybody else, but we had so much food. I am just gonna salt these on both sides. Now, in addition to this, I'm gonna add a little bit of black pepper, not that much. just because it can burn, but I do like a little bit on there. I don't mind it kind of burning a little bit. I just call it some charring, some crust, some deliciousness. By the way, shout out to Chris. He's watching here. If you're not familiar, Nice Chris. Known him for a very long time. He's the one editing my vlogs these days. So he is watching as well. So say hi to Nice Chris. If you're a fan of the vlog, you know him from such episodes as eating balut in the Philippines, dancing in December, and traveling literally all over the world with us. So, all right, as well as just being part of our life. So what's up, Chris? Honestly, I do not know if he's on here. I just said, hey, you wanna check out my live stream? So if he is, say hi, Chris. If he's not, well, I wish him well. Okay, there we go. That's all I'm gonna be doing here. Now let's move on to the pan. So I used to like using a, like a cast iron pan, but I find that stainless steel is the way to go. And so this, you gotta make sure it's nice and hot, but you don't want it too hot, honestly. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and add these steaks on its side like that. Both sides just like this. And then what's gonna happen here is all that fat is gonna get rendered out. These have been pulled out of the fridge, I wanna say 2 hours ago. Yeah, 2.5 hours ago. So they're still cold to the touch, but not too cold. One of the things I love about cooking live is you get to see everything. Nothing's hidden, nothing's edited out. This is just raw, no pun intended. So you get to see every step of the way. This is something I want to do more often, in fact, because I find that a lot of recipes are kind of over-edited, over-produced, and it's all the in-between moments that you want to see, because there's just so many good videos out there of how to cook a steak, but what do you do in between, right? Like, yeah, I mean, even in the future, I want to actually do these videos where I prep everything in real time as well. Today though, because I'm hungry, I want to feed Judy and it's very late, I just wanted to get this done, so I prepped everything. But you're literally seeing the whole process of how I cook steak and mushrooms. So, all right, we're just gonna keep going. Another thing about cooking any kind of Wagyu, especially a Japanese Wagyu or like A5 Wagyu, is you want to render all the fat out, because there's a lot of fat, a lot of marbling. So you don't want it on a high heat. Oh, but you know what? I should turn on the fan here. I apologize if it's loud. Let me know if it's loud right now. I'm gonna look at the comments here. Chris says it's not too loud. Awesome. Okay. Anyways, so here I'm gonna show you guys what's going on here. What's up, Chris? Smells amazing already. There's already some fat rendered. See, I don't even need that beef tallow. And the cool thing is beef tallow has a higher smoke point, so it's not smoking too much right now. There we go. Let's see what's going on here. The reason I use a spatula is because you want a nice clean sear on these guys. There you go. And I am going to be timing this, so let's go ahead and turn you guys around. I'm gonna go 2 minutes. Timer is really important. Now, in addition to a timer, you gotta have a thermometer. Really important. Now, some people, they know how to just touch a steak, like my cousin Steve from this weekend. He can touch a steak and be like, oh, it needs a little bit more time. I used to have that. I used to be able to kind of tell. I cook so many different types of steaks with different toughnesses and different, marbling and different, levels of steak. I find that this is the most trustworthy way to cook a steak when you're doing all types of different cuts, different donenesses too. So yeah, this is funny enough, my thermometer from my pork collab with the National Pork Board. So I'm trying to get these to 129, maybe 130 tops, because it is going to go up, and I'm looking for a medium rare. Okay, what else should I talk about? These mushrooms. Once this steak is done, I'm going to put all these mushrooms right into the pan. Whatever's in the pan is all I'm going to use. I'm not going to add any more fat because I want to really char these mushrooms up. And I find this is a really good combo. The chanterelles, which sells at Costco, so it's pretty affordable, add a nice, elegant flavor. And then, shiitakes are standard, kind of an Asian, Asian flair to it. But these two put together with all the beef goodness going on in the pan. And this, by the way, shout out to Kettle on Fire. They started selling this at Costco. This is like a Costco steak vlog, by the way. But you're probably wondering, why do I add chanterelles and this powder? Now, this is supposed to be like the MSG. This is just supposed to be the added mushroomness, which is really important. It kind of comes in clutch. Okay, let's go back to the steaks. I apologize if anyone's getting dizzy. Now, for the steaks, nothing fancy here. Just move it around. Okay, nothing magical here, okay, as you can see. Just flipping it over. And I know it doesn't look like much. Press it down. But it will look like something amazing here in a second. Just want to make sure it gets a nice sear on each side. I'm gonna flip this a few more times, okay? So, another 2 minutes. Uh-oh, what's that? Is that 2 minutes? I have no idea if that was 2 minutes or not. I think it was. What else? Judy's gonna get me a glass of wine at one point. Judy's gonna make French fries for the steak and frites. Okay, yeah, just take some time. When you put it into the refrigerator on a rack like this, the steaks, by the way, what happens is that cold air from the refrigerator is going to circle around the steaks, and it's going to slightly dry out and remove all that moisture from the surface, so that when you sear them the way I'm doing right now, it's going to have a much better crust. Now, right now, it's not really that impressive, but watch. I'm going to flip it a few more times, and you're going to see exactly what you're trying to look for in a second. And so this is kind of slow because these are really thick. They can really handle a lot more. I am going to go ahead and turn it up slightly, but trust the process. It's going to be good. Some people swear by sous vide, which I have sous vide steaks. I just like when you get the searing of a stainless steel pan or like a cast iron pan on the surface of a steak. That's my favorite.
That's so cool.
Sorry, honey. Cheers. Oh, yeah. Because if you just take a steak out of a pack, right, like a sealed pack, there's a lot of moisture, and it won't get that searing on the surface the way you want it. So that's why I let it sit in the fridge for 2 days. Okay, gonna go ahead and flip it again. Now I've done both sides So this will be the second time I'm doing it. Now one thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add a little bit of beef tallow here. Just because I feel like there needs to be a little bit more fat. Right there, just like that. Same thing on the other side. Same thing. Make sure there's a nice sear going on.
What kind of fries do you want? Crinkle fries or like regular fries?
Your
Does it
choice.
matter?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, well, I feel like they get fancier.
All right, so I'm gonna go for another minute and a half, not this time. So as time goes on, I let it sit on each side less and less because I don't want to overcook the inside of the meat. I really want to get it to that medium rare. So that's exactly what's happening right now. I'm just kind of watching it, paying attention to it. And I'm really just trying to sear the outside. I'm not trying to cook the inside too much. Now, naturally, it is gonna cook the inside too, but yeah, it's gonna be very, very slow. Which most people, they wanna rush through this. They just want a crazy sear. Now you can do that, but it's gonna be faster. There's gonna be way more smoke. Right now the kids are sleeping, so I don't wanna disturb them. And that's why I have it on low temp. If you actually have Wagyu steaks in Japan, they do it on a lower heat like this, and they just keep flipping and flipping and flipping, and they get their steaks to medium. Not medium rare, not rare, medium, which you would think is kind of like against all the rules. But because there's so much fat in A5 Wagyu and any Wagyu in Japan, it's like a different texture. So it needs the rendering of the fat to taste right. Now it still tastes good if it is medium rare, but I find that Japanese steaks taste better when it's medium just because there's that much marmalade, there's that much fat. Okay, so this is the first flip where you're gonna get to see what the steaks kind of look like here. You like my tiny little tongs? All right, now there's more fat here. Oh yeah. See, that's the right color now. Same thing. Push it down a little bit. Let's look at this other one. What I'm doing here is letting that beef tallow kind of run through the surface. Ooh, yeah. That's exactly what you want right there. Another minute and a half here. All right. I'm curious, anybody that's watching right now, what's your preferred way to eat a steak? Do you like it medium, medium rare? Do you like it rare? Are you familiar with blue steaks? Because that is a thing. Let me go to my live here. Okay, what are people saying here? Chris says the steak looks bomb. Thank you very much. I wish you were here to help me eat this, though Judy will definitely eat this. Ali says medium rare. Madeline says medium rare. A lot of medium rares. Someone says medium plus. Natalie says well done. All right. Not really big fan of well done, but to each their own. See, different cuts, you should cook it differently. Now, obviously, based off of what you like, but yeah, not all steaks need to be done at a certain, doneness, I guess you could say. Cindy says mooing. So there is a method called blue, right? Where it's basically raw on the inside, which I know sounds like kind of crazy. if you're not into that. Let's go look at this side. But it is a way that some people have it. I met a guy that eats raw meat, and he asked the people at the restaurant, look at that. So now it's getting that really nice crust. So now this is the third go at it for the original side. Anyways, yeah, I knew this guy that ate his steak so raw that he would not only ask for it blue, he would say, hey, just like slightly sear it, only because there's certain regulations that a restaurant has to follow. So he really wanted it rare, but they wouldn't just give him like a raw steak. When I said rare, I meant blue or raw. Okay, now 1 minute. There's more smoke now because there's fat all over. Some bits have been kind of like falling off, and it's starting to smoke and burn a little bit. Well, that's okay, because I do have it on a low heat. Now in Japan, I have had raw meat before. It's really good. You have to have it at the right place. It's just like sashimi. If you have it really fresh, good quality, and a place that specializes in it. Would I eat it often? No. Is it good? Actually, it is pretty good. All right, what are you guys saying? So I'm gonna ask, what kind of wine are you guys drinking? This, I think, is a Cabernet. I'm into Merlots though. All right, let me show you guys what's up. I'm gonna zoom in because now you're gonna see this beautiful crust. I'm gonna go ahead and get all that beef tallow everywhere. Oh yeah, that's what you want right there. I notice one side here, I'm gonna move it actually this way, is not getting the crust I want. There we go. This one looks actually way better right there. So this is the third sear of the second side. One more minute. Okay, Cindy says yummy. Ruth says it's late here. In where? In where? Now I'm hungry. I apologize. Yeah, that's what happens when you catch me on one of my lives where I'm cooking. Okay, so Chris asked, what kind of steak is it? So this is Costco's American Wagyu. It is not anything fancy. I don't even know what it's called. It's whatever you buy at Costco. It's their American Wagyu. I think it's maybe like a private company, either they own or they work with, but whatever you buy at Costco, that's American Wagyu. It's not at every place. Okay, so at this point, what you're gonna wanna do is temp it. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm not sure if you can see, one side of this is still kind of raw, and I can tell it's probably not even close to how it needs to be done. So I'm just gonna stack it like this while I temp it. And what am I looking for? I'm looking for probably 125. Oh, it's getting there though. It is getting there. Look, it's at 119. That's interesting. It's kind of a fatty piece of meat. So that's 108. So yeah. So I'm going to turn it. Did I turn it the right way? I don't even know. I don't think so. I'm going to turn it that way. I will go ahead and temp this one too. See, this one says 126. This one's actually kind of good to go. Okay, now I am going to crank up the heat a little bit, because what I'm gonna do is, this one is done. I'm not even gonna time it anymore. It is go time. I'm so dumb, I should be using a different tong. No, those are tongs right there, baby. So there is a raw side that I'm just gonna go ahead and sear. Get every side of this. There you go, that's the sear that you want right there. I can already tell it is done. This one is going to take a little bit longer. I'm going to go ahead and put it on this rack right here. Put it off to the side.
How long has that been aging?
For about 2 days. Judy asked how long it's been aging for. Okay, let's go ahead and temp it one more time. This one says 120. There's different parts of the steak you want to temp here. Okay, so get that raw side right here. Okay. I'm turning down the heat now to the lowest setting. And all I'm doing here is searing each side real quick. I'm about to check it here again. Now this one might actually turn out to be more medium rare. The other one might be more medium. Like I said, with Wagyu, there's so much fat, it's okay to go medium. Let's try it. Right here, oh, that's done. Here, done too, okay? There you go. All right. Put these off to the side. One thing I've been doing more and more, I'm literally turning off the heat right now just for a second. It's like to cover them with foil. Got my handy dandy Kirkland signature foil here. I'm sure you can tell I'm a fan of Costco. I'm gonna go ahead and put these, well, I'm gonna just leave these right here probably. This is just to keep them warm while they rest. I like to let my steaks rest for longer than shorter. Okay, time to cook up the mushrooms. Like I said, at this point, I am gonna turn the heat up to the highest temperature possible. Bam, let's go for it, baby. You know what, I will go ahead and move these over here. No salt, just whatever's in the pan. I'm just gonna scoop them all in there. It's actually very hot. And yes, it's gonna crowd the pan a little bit, which I'm okay with. There we go. Now, I've actually seen methods where they don't even have oil or fat in the pan. They're literally dry roasting the mushrooms. I like to have a little bit of fat in there, in this case, beef tallow. And the cool thing is, because of all that steak, there's a lot of flavor in there. That's actually making those mushrooms even better. Oh yeah, look at that. That's amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my other ingredients kind of ready. Onions first, then the kettle on fire beef bone broth. A little bit of the chanterelle mushroom powder, this umami powder from Australia. Shout out to Jimoto Foods. Butter, lots and lots of butter, and so it makes it super elegant. The cream, baby. All this is gonna be delicious. Look at that. And the cool thing is, if you really fill up this pan, it's not going to burn, it's not gonna smoke. In fact, I can't show you guys the live stream, but here, there's Judy. And there's the mushrooms just doing their thing. The thing about mushrooms, there's a lot of moisture in them. So as you're cooking them, even if the pan is blazing hot, that's just steam coming out, but there's no smoke. And because it's releasing a lot of moisture, it's just keeping the pan, I guess, moist. All right, let's see if Chris is telling me anything. He's kind of my producer when it comes to these food vlogs. Video. Okay, let me know, Chris, if there's anything I should know. I'm curious, what do you guys like to eat with your steaks? I'm a steak and frites guy, but also a steak and rice guy. I mean, I am Asian, of course. Okay, Karen says, I don't even eat steak or like mushrooms and have class tomorrow morning. What am I doing here? Watching from Vancouver. Shout out to Vancouver. Love Vancouver. Now, is it Vancouver, BC or Vancouver, Washington? I'm assuming it's Vancouver, BC. Shout out to the Canadians. You guys beat us today. Your Blue Jays won, going to the World Series. Good luck against Ohtani and the Dodgers. Ali says asparagus. Got baked potato, mashed potatoes. I love all those. Rosie says, yay, Blue Jays. You know that we've never been to the World Series? We've never been to the World Series, the Mariners, ever. Mina says, I was so sad for you. Yeah, we were also sad today. Nikki says, scalloped potatoes and Caesar salad. That sounds hella good, scalloped potatoes. Okay. Take a look at these. Oh yeah, look at that. So I'm not really doing anything to them. What I do like to check though is that, see, that's what I'm going for. That's searing. Check this other one. That's exactly what you want. That is flavor. See, when you sear the mushrooms versus just kind of cook them, by the way, some of that is also just the beef goodness coming off the pan. You're gonna get a stronger flavor. So in a second here, I'm gonna go ahead and agitate all these mushrooms and start cooking them. When I say cooking them, like really tossing them around. But yeah, if anything, maybe I'll just start flipping some of these. You don't even need to flip them, honestly. My gosh, mushrooms and steak. So good. Judy loves this. It's one of her favorite dishes. Honey, would you say this is one of your favorite dishes that I make?
Oh yeah, I love the mushroom sauce you made. It's the best mushroom sauce.
Okay, we're gonna give that a little bit. All right, by the way, shout out to everybody in Vlogging Academy. If you don't know, we're doing Vlogtober, me and Judy. I'm actually really proud. I inspired Judy to daily vlog again. Not that you know, we need to. We decided that years ago we weren't going to daily vlog, but it is kind of nostalgic because we started this whole vlogging journey, both my channel and Judy's channel, doing like a daily vlog. So it's kind of cool to see Judy doing the daily vlogs, and of course I'm vlogging every day as well, and vlogging on this channel because I started teaching people how to vlog. So if you're somebody that wants to vlog, or maybe you're already a creator and you want to start a vlog channel, which I would highly suggest starting a second channel, not doing it on the same channel, because YouTube likes new channels. Check out Vlogging Academy. I've got the link down below if you want to know how to be confident on camera, know how to vlog for YouTube to get views. Honey, what do you think about Vlogging Academy?
I've never ever subscribed to, I mean, I subscribed to your YouTube, but I did not take its course. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, she doesn't have to, but she has been.
I don't know what you're teaching.
She has been implementing some of the things that I teach because she's literally married to me. She hangs out with me, so that's kind of cool. She actually is using some of the suggestions because she never used to listen to me. Because why would she? She is literally the GOAT.
I do get a lot of your input if I'm like stuck on an idea or like what a title or a thumbnail should be. You always help me out. He always comes through, so I do appreciate that.
Because there's a new way to vlog. The old way, it works for some people, but for most people it doesn't. The new way, which I'm teaching in Vlogging Academy, is what you want to do. And it's easy. Beginners and seasoned creators can both implement it and are both having success with it. So click the link below if you're wanting to start a vlog channel. Okay, back to cooking. Now this is starting to get to the point where I need to do something with it, okay? Oh yeah, see that? Oh yeah. Now if I was really fancy, I'd want to flambe this, so I'm not going to. So what I'm gonna start doing here, it needs a little bit more fat in it. So we're gonna go ahead and add a little bit of this. There we go. Just enough. It's smoking now for sure. Because it's, yeah, you can put them away if you want. Thank you, babe. She's my sous chef today. I love that. So I'm trying to cook both the mushrooms and the onions, but I want the onions to kind of hit the pan. Notice I have not added very much salt, so I'm going to go ahead and add the salt now. You definitely want to add salt while you're cooking this. It's going to just have a different flavor and different impact. Way more pepper now. Lots of pepper, as you can see. This is where I'm going to start adding this. This is the umami powder. Let me smell it. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. And then, okay, chanterelle powder. Any kind of mushroom powder will work. This is just what my people had at the farmer's market. A little goes a long way, by the way. I love this on pizza. Shout out to my friend Matt, who taught me about putting powdered mushrooms, powdered mushrooms on pizzas, or at least on the mushrooms. Sorry about all the noise. There we go. Now it's getting a little dry, which is good. That's gonna really concentrate all those flavors, but always be conscious. Gonna add some fat in there. And of course, nothing better than some butter straight in there like that. Chris says, you're good so far. Flow is solid. Thank you, Chris. By the way, shout out to Chris and his, he actually works at a place in Las Vegas called Barry's. He's their videographer. So any content you see from Barry's in Las Vegas, that's from Chris. Okay, so it is just barely burning on the bottom, okay? Which is okay, because it's not black yet, so it's not burnt. But you gotta do something with it, okay? Because it will burn too much. So that's where the beef stock comes in. It's gonna be really, oh yeah, right there, baby. Now this is where you'd want to flambe with some alcohol, maybe some like, what do you call it? Cognac. Yeah, that seems like a lot, but that's okay. What's gonna happen here, and this is kind of something I do that I haven't seen a lot of other people do, this is gonna reduce down, okay? Like really, really reduce down. And it's also going to deglaze the bottom of the pan. All that kind of like burnt bits at the bottom, and when I say burnt, it's not burnt like blackened, but what was gonna burn is now coming off the pan, and that flavor is being integrated into the beef stock, which is going to reduce down. That way it prevents it. You know, the same thing happens when you're caramelizing onions. You can actually get it to a point where it's kind of getting dark, and then you just add water. You don't even have to add anything fancy, and then that's just gonna start darkening the onions, and that's where the flavor comes from. So I'm kind of using the same concept for my mushrooms. Now I don't know if this is proper, how the pros do it, but this is how I do it. Okay, let's answer some questions. Q&A time. Chris says, where's the coffee content? Yeah, one of these days I'll do like a little coffee session with my espresso machine, because this last weekend I probably made 10 to 12 coffees every single morning, which would have been the perfect time to do that, but I didn't, you know. R. Calzada 4555 says, I'm pregnant and I wish I had this right now. I hope you can get this wherever you're at. Somebody asked, how does it feel having a 13-year-old? I'd say this is the first year where her, you know, getting older is very significant. I feel like all the other years, other than like maybe 0 to 1, we're all just like, she's getting a little older. I see her every day. I'm with her all the time. But yeah, 13, that's a significant age. Honey, do you know what wine this is? What kind of wine it is?
Oh my gosh, I just smelled mushrooms more over here.
Yeah, because that's what happens. The air flows over there.
Yeah.
Zinfandel? Okay, take that back. Not Cabernet. Zinfandel. I'm not really a wine expert, by the way, as you can tell. Okay. So you can see this beef stock is really reducing down. It's getting darker, and it's kind of getting thick. Okay? That's exactly what you want. And I'm gonna get this to the point where all the beef stock is gone. I'm gonna add a little bit more, because I want to further enhance the flavor of the mushrooms, because the mushrooms are about 90% there, but it still needs a little bit more time. Oh my gosh. There you go. Oh yeah. You see that? When I take the tongs, or you don't see it right there, but when I move the mushrooms through it, it's taking a little bit longer to kind of fill those spots. That's what I'm looking for. Somebody asked, am I still taking the bison pills? Heck yeah! If you don't know, I'm taking my friend's Daniel's supplements. It's called Tribe Vitamins. And if you're familiar, liver has kind of become all the rage. But not everybody wants to go out and one, buy liver, and then two, cook it or eat it raw or whatever people do. Nothing against that, because liver is healthy for you. But these liver pills make it super easy. They're specifically bison liver, which is really good for you. But he sells some other supplements from the bison, including some special parts which give you some special powers. Let's just leave it at that. Okay, so that is going. I'm gonna show you guys here. Looks amazing. It's almost done. Now this does take a while, you know, and the steaks won't be blazing hot. I mean, it happens anyways because you let them rest. But I feel like the steaks, though those are delicious, kind of take like a second place to the mushroom sauce. For reals. Okay, let's go ahead and get a close up and finish these guys up. Oh yeah. Now, if you're a vegan, you're probably not watching, but you probably know if you are vegan, you're okay watching me cook a steak. If you want a replacement for meat, mushrooms are the greatest thing ever. They really are a good replacement. Okay, you can see all the moisture is gone. I'm just adding the last of the beef stock, because we are really close to adding the cream sauce, or the cream. Now the cream is gonna burn, so I want to turn down the heat here in a second. This is very, very concentrated, this flavor right now. That's gonna have a very beefy mushroom flavor. Now the thing is, as I was saying about vegans, you already know if you are vegan, mushrooms is a great replacement for any kind of meat because there is a meatiness. Isn't that kind of ironic? You become vegan, but you still want that meatiness or that meat type of, like, you know, umami. Okay, turn down the flavor, turn down the heat. Now I'm gonna add the cream. Yeah. Little by little, okay? Not too much. Because you can always add more, you can't take out any. I'm gonna turn up the heat a little bit. You just wanna initially be really careful with the heat so you don't burn it. And you can already kind of see it starting to turn from that white color to that nice velvety brown color. Don't want it to bubble too much. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually rubbing the onions and the mushrooms along the side because there's a lot of flavor on the side of this pan that I'm trying to actually grab. Okay, that's all goodness that you want inside of your sauce. That's funny, I've never really thought about teaching that. See, this is the thing, when you're live, you get to see this. Never actually taught this part. Oh, that goodness on the side of the pan. I don't even think a restaurant would bother doing this, but this is straight flavor, yo. You guys know, if you do any kind of sauces, you know, pasta sauces, curry, that edge, oh my gosh, it's like the most flavorful part. So I want all that in there. I'm turning down the heat now because this is basically good to go. I got most of that on the edge here. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. Here we go. Okay, so last thing I want to do, add this butter right at the very end. I'm gonna actually turn off the heat. This is gonna really top it off. It's gonna bring it all together. There you go. Heat is off now. Let me just show you how good that looks. Boom. Done. Okay. Time to plate. Now I'm going to go ahead and move everything over here. I like to have a nice clean spot. You know what? I'll keep the salt and pepper over here. These can go over here. Done with the beef tallow. Honey, can you give me some sparkling wine, or sparkling water too, please? Okay. Is the fries done?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait. So I like to kind of do a nice presentation here. So we'll do a couple things here. Steaks have been resting. They're still nice and warm. Mushrooms are done. Let's go ahead and grab these. Go ahead and grab the fries too, hun. So what we'll do,
I could cook more fries.
no, this is perfect. This is all we need. We're gonna go with this guy right here. All right. I love this little end piece right here. Usually just kind of stack it. But I'm gonna go ahead and slice. Oh my gosh, this looks so good. Usually cut it at an angle. I don't know what the science is or what happens when you cut it at an angle, but you see all the pros doing it, so that's what I do. I cut it thin enough so that you can just eat it without any kind of, you know, difficulty, but thick enough so you get a good piece. Oh yeah.
What is that?
Oh, you can turn it off. I was going to use it, but I didn't need it because it's actually cooked perfectly. This last chunks. Yep. There we go. Lay that out. The French fries on there. This is a fancy little bowl from a local person that used to make these. Can't wait till Judy tries this. The reason I'm putting it in the bowl versus just putting it on the steak is so that if there's leftovers, we can save it.
What's Bella's favorite?
Mix that with rice. Oh, baby. Definitely scrape off all the little bits.
Actually, I bet the kids would love this steak for breakfast. Steak and rice for breakfast.
There we go. Okay. Oh yeah, that's freaking bomb. Okay, what else do we got left? I think that's it. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and put these on here too. Boom.
Where's the little cup for the rice?
What?
Where's the little cup for the rice?
Oh, it's in the bin, the glass bin. Oh, did we forget the rice? I think we forgot that rice bin. Well, we used all the rice. Yeah. Oh well. All right, you guys, here you go. We're gonna get Judy's live taste test. But as we would say here in Vlogland, thumbnail time. Okay. You guys are seeing the real life method of how we get the thumbnail. I'm not kidding, this is literally what I do. Usually I have this on a taller tripod though. Shout out to Vlogging Academy. And we do this right here. I don't want to spill anything though. Thumbnail. Okay. Don't worry. We're gonna get Judy's live reaction to this. Okay. Oh yeah, and we just ran out of paper towels too. Great.
Here.
Yeah.
So, like, what should I use for the cup then?
For what? Here.
To measure it.
Don't worry, we don't need it right now.
I know, but I want to make rice for the girls.
Okay. You know, there is another cup somewhere.
I know, that's why.
Look inside the actual bowl, the container. You know what I'm talking about? Like that, the rice dispenser. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and put you guys on a taller tripod. There we go. Because I need to get this thumbnail. So, to all my Vlogging Academy students, this is what I do. The thumbnail, very important. Have your thumbnail planned out to a certain degree every time. Okay, here we go. There we go. Right here. You want to be in thumbnail? All right. Chris, what do you think? Let's get the angle down below. There we go. There we go. Are you ready to try this, honey? Let's go. Yeah, let me show you guys a close-up though. There we go. New York steaks, done. Mushroom sauce, done. Frites, broccoli. Let's eat. Get this for the Instagram. Bam. Oh, yeah, what was I gonna say here? What am I doing? Just getting Judy's taste test here. Did you try the mushrooms yet? It's all about the mushrooms, baby. Does it need more salt?
I was thinking that, but I don't think it does actually. It's so good, honey.
Yeah. There you go. Get your steak, dip it in the mushroom sauce, have a french fry with it. I am telling you, this right here, this combo, including the broccoli, which
That
by
is
the way,
so good.
honey, thank you so much, and some good red wine. That's all you need.
This is so good.
Okay, let's try it. You're welcome,
It's a
babe.
bummer the oven's so loud.
It's okay. You don't really hear it.
Is it weird? I'm like literally drenching it in the sauce.
Why is that weird?
Okay.
It's just for us.
I guess it's more flavor in the sauce.
We're like mukbangers right now.
The mushrooms and the flavor, like I could
Yeah.
smell it from the living room. Wow.
There you go. Okay, look at that. Still juicy. Perfect medium. Some parts might be medium rare.
That's so delicious. This is my favorite.
So, most steak restaurants, I feel like, are so expensive these days that it's not worth it. For most, not all of them. Shout out to my favorite steak restaurant, Butcher's Table in Seattle. But I feel it's better to just learn how to make your own steaks at home.
Where's the knife?
If you can.
Did I? Oh, you put the knife over there?
Knife for
Want
what?
To cut the steak a little
Go ahead.
smaller.
I've been to so many steak restaurants. I won't say where I had steak, and you pay a lot of money, and it's kind of a letdown. Now, if I were to tell you how much did all this cost, now say we subtract that other steak, we're talking. This is like $50
Wow.
for all this. Now, this is the top-notch, nicest stuff that we can get around here, and this would feed 4 people.
Yeah.
Now, that includes all the mushrooms. We still have some left over, so Robin says, we love you guys. We love you too. Thank you for watching.
Man, I wish we could share this. I
With
wish
who?
with whoever's watching. I wish you could taste this. Like I feel like it's such a tease.
The Jangria 78 says, aloha, that looks delicious. It is delicious.
I hope you make this.
Yeah, I hope you make it too. That's actually kind of smart to cut it. There we go.
Yeah, at first I thought, oh, maybe it needs a little bit more salt, but there's already salt everywhere else. It doesn't need it, but this sauce is so good. Like, I feel like I could be vegan. Oh, wait, you can't be vegan eating this because of cream. Vegetarian, because the mushrooms are so meaty already.
And it's nice to have the broccoli as a balance, you know?
Yeah. This is good. These mushrooms are so bomb. I
Okay.
can't. I feel like the mushrooms are my favorite part. of
That's
it.
what I'm saying. We're
More than
eating
steak.
American Wagyu, but those mushrooms, because it has the beef fat and the beef goodness.
This is a perfect side, I think, to anything.
You could
It'd be
eat
good
this
with
over
chicken.
rice.
Or with chicken. That's so good.
All right.
Thank you, honey.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye. Good night.
Thanks for hanging out with us. Like I said, Vlogtober. It's not over yet. And I'm doing all this because I know a lot of people are thinking, I want to start a YouTube channel and vlogging is a way. So whether it's now, 2026, check it out. Talk to you guys later.
Night.